Heard about this game. This is a cookie cutter review. You got sick from seeing the IGN logo? Bro, I'm trying.
To hand it to Cherry. She is tough. From the moment you meet and she's dragging what's left of her beaten, broken android body across the ground in vengeful pursuit of the guy who ran off with her girl, everything about who Cherry is becomes instantly clear. Strong, sassy, principled, and gloriously self-aware. It nicely sets the stage for one of 2023's more unforgettable video game heroes. And while Metroidvania Cookie Cutter does occasionally frustrate as much as it entertains, that intro is no doubt for what it's all about. It's about violence. The gorier and the bloodier, the better.
You got the whooping cough thing that's going around, I know. How do I get rid of it?
Unlike
I was going to say why you posting them, but remember last posted his videos last week, yeah.
About innovating the Metroidvania template or incorporating ideas.
I don't even know who that is, dude. I'm with you, bro.
Such as Hollow Knight's Souls-like influences.
I don't even know who you are.
Cookie Cutter blends a memorable cast with a sprawling, interconnected world and striking hand-drawn graphics. It's one of the more approachable entries to the genre as well, if you like blood, of course. Lots and lots of blood.
Get rid of it by existing. Okay.
A lot of Metroidvanias released over the last few years.
Yeah, me too.
Grim, gothic, oh so serious affairs. So Cookie Cutter's unabashed, over-the-top presentation and celebration of color are refreshing. Accompanied by her friend Regina, a disembodied robotic
on
that
what?
closely resembles the part of the female anatomy that rhymes with her name. Yes, really. Just look. Cherry lets her fists do the talking as she punches, smacks, and flattens
Never been a story game player, and those are only games that are popular nowadays.
It's easy to care about
what games?
Her quest, and exciting to see her augment herself and adapt to the challenges of the mega structure.
Like Metroidvania types. One tough cookie.
Cookie Cutter's world is rich in detail, and each biome of the map is home to a unique selection of critters. Say the Denzel Factory's droids, or the Bloody Den's maddeningly electrified eel things.
I'm settling.
You'll attack them with a combination of light and hard attacks. The former builds up void power, the latter
Dark Souls games? This ain't Dark Souls, this is Metroidvania. This is more Metroid than Dark Souls.
Most enemies
this is like Hollow Knight.
Difficult to defeat, but even if you're pretty good at parrying, very easy enemies can often get overwhelming if there are enough of them. How you play will change over time, though, particularly as you unlock new abilities
Eat 500 hot dogs on stream under 45 minutes. Yeah,
your play style.
This is a good idea.
Focusing on offensive skills or making it quicker.
I shoot gun, man.
But it doesn't matter.
Yeah, stories are good, man. Pizza, I want to recommend you a game. Will you play it?
Beat something to death with an electric guitar. Sometimes you'll just never feel quite powerful enough to take on the sheer number of enemies around you, especially the ones that can shoot through walls.
Fortune cookie.
Because it takes a while for you to unlock Cherry's full potential, the first half of Cookie Cutter's 20-ish hour runtime has a couple of surprisingly challenging boss fights.
There has to be a scripted ending in a story game
where you have to take on waves of increasingly tougher enemies to continue.
We could play.
The appeal of a Metroidvania is that whenever you accidentally stumble into a boss lair and get your face kicked in, you can exit, find some upgrades or secrets along other paths, and then come back buffed up and ready for the fight. But although Cookie
Cutter ain't working, I can't think of the game. Baldur's Gate. We could play Baldur's Gate.
On a couple of occasions, that next thing
that one's got like
level up
over
is just
300 endings
in that tough room, which means you have to tackle them in order to progress the story, which can be frustratingly limited. And yes, there are secrets for those prepared to seek them out.
I don't know if I care for this game, to be honest with you. It looks...
In true Metroidvania style, there are plenty of hidden materials, weapons, and abilities for Cherry to find if you're the curious sort who always has to punch a wall before you leave just in case it's breakable. Sometimes your curiosity will be rewarded.
Is that exactly what I think it is?
It will not, but the glee of discovering a secret off-the-map room never gets old. The best part about Cookie Cutter is how it constantly reinvents itself.
That was a giant penis.
Just as you start to feel a little tired of bashing things with your fist, you'll unlock a guitar that can smash enemies'
That's what I'm saying. If we
As soon
played
as you
Baldur's
think you've
Gate,
exhausted
you know,
every
that'd be
cave and
fun.
corridor, you'll unlock a new ability that will let you ground stomp or quick dash or grapple, which opens up previously inaccessible areas. You'll learn how to whack not only interactive objects around the map, say these giant spheres which act as locks, but also enemies that send them flying into environmental hazards too. That turns the electrified floors and steam vents that made getting around for Cherry so difficult into an advantage.
Check if Heavy Rain or Detroit become humans on sale. I don't think they are, but I'll check.
That all said, it can get a little tricky to see what's going on, especially when the camera occasionally zooms out too far or in too close in certain areas, with no way to change it manually. This is particularly frustrating when you're locked in a room with dozens of enemies and can't quite see where you are, let alone where you're going, causing you to lose sight of Cherry completely in a cloud of fists and blood and dismembered body parts.
Dude, so that one game that I was playing, I thought that would
Thankfully,
be
she
the
moves around
problem.
quite well, despite the frenzied action,
But it actually
Cherry is
wasn't an
responsive,
issue.
moving with purpose and fluidity as she fights, and you'll unlock enough save points that death rarely feels overly punishing, apart from a couple cruelly distant checkpoints from boss rooms. Fast traveling is tough, but not agonizingly so, as each section of the map only has one or two Denzel stations with teleporters that let you nope out of an area completely. Energy cells, the collectible slots Cherry uses to equip passive buffs, are at least in plentiful supply,
Yakuza's good, bro.
letting you extend your health bar, improve your ass kick.
I already bought that,
an
man.
additional uppercut to a multi-hit.
The one that I haven't
The
played.
main issue really is Cherry's self-healing ability. Her offensive skills use Void Power, which you build up by landing light attacks, but you can also use this power to self-heal simply by pressing down on the D-pad. Let there be no doubt, it's
It's like Hollow Knight.
very good thing it exists, as the whole experience would be much more frustrating without it.
Yeah, Hollow Knight does the same thing.
However, it just takes so long for Cherry to pull it off, especially in high-octane rooms where you're locked in and the enemies keep on spawning. You are eventually able to upgrade it to be a bit faster, but it makes the early hours just much more
I'm
challenging.
gonna give this a
And if
7
you do find
or a
Cookie Cutter
6.
too tough, there's nothing you can do about it either. Although it's undoubtedly one of the easier Metroidvanias of recent years, it has almost no customizable options behind key rebindings and no ability to tweak the difficulty
Oh,
to
my
better
bad.
suit your skill level. Be that to make it easier or harder. Despite an occasionally frustrating early game, Cookie Cutter is a thoughtful, creative, and mostly approachable Metroidvania that embodies all the things you'd expect from the genre within its own distinctive style. If this type of game isn't usually your thing, then its fairly standard structure probably won't do much to win you over,
Yeah.
especially when its map can sometimes feel a little less open than it first appears. But as a
Yeah.
fast, frantic action game to keep you busy, you could do a lot worse than
Told
spending
you,
quality
bro.
time with
Damn.
Cherry and her gruesome friends.
I'm too good at guessing what they're gonna do.
For more action, check out our reviews of Asgard's Wrath 2 or Avatar
I wouldn't have
Frontiers
gave
of
that a
Pandora.
7. I don't
And for
know.
everything else, stick with IGN.
I mean, I guess if you like Metroidvanias. Not for me, though. Stick with IGN. Nice.